Everyone, I'd like to welcome our new head coach for the Valley Huskers Football Club, Bob Reist. We're going to have an official signing now. Bob's going to put it down, and then it's too late. He can't run, can't hide. That's it. But I've known Bob for many years. I've respected him. He's worked with some of our present coaching staff, and I'm very excited to have him here. We're finally getting a coach that's going to work with us, and we're going to work with him. I promise he's going to have my 100% support, and that we're going to move this team forward. I promise that. Brenda will witness.
Well, just stand back a minute. Sorry.
This is yours. Where's the other copy? I got the other one right here.
It should be a happy occasion, not a solemn.
All this paperwork, it's not my strong suit. And that one's
I think so.
This is the first test.
Jack has to sign.
Brenda has to fill in. Good, now what?
Or you can sit down.
No, I'll stand up. Welcome.
Thank you.
Bob,
very much.
Nice to finally talk to you.
Thank you. It's nice to put a name
Now
and
it's my
face
turn to
to
shake his hand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
You and I are going to do it.
Absolutely.
Rod Hudson here for VBN Sports, and I'm joined today by the new coach of the Valley Huskers, Bob Reist. Welcome, Bob.
Thank you.
And it's back to the Valley for you.
Yeah, back to the Valley. I grew up out here. I'm very, very pleased to come back and continue on my coaching career here in the Valley. Super excited to get back here.
Right, you had quite a career with the Abbotsford Air Force back in the day, around 2000, 2001, I believe.
Yeah, I think I played 99 to 2002 with the Abbotsford Air Force. We didn't do a lot of winning, but yeah, I think I had a pretty good career there and moved on to University of Manitoba. Had a really good career there as well.
Right, and I noticed some of your old playing mates from back in those days are connected with the Huskers.
Absolutely, and I'm really looking forward to getting back to working with those guys. Great group of guys that I played with. Really looking forward to coaching with the guys that are still around for sure.
Right, good stuff. But you know you got a big task ahead of you. Obviously, you've thought it over before signing on the dotted line as you did today. So what plans come to mind immediately?
I think the first step we need to do is up the competitive balance on our roster. I'm already started into recruiting. We're going to be heavily recruiting. We're going to be trying to bring in the best talent that we can. And I really do think that upping the competitive level of our roster will lead to us being more competitive throughout the season, and that's where we're going to start.
Well, that's a good place as any. We've had a number of coaching changes here over the years. What do you think you would be doing different to those coaches?
I can't really speak for other coaches in the past. One thing that I do plan on doing, like I said earlier, is really upping the competitive balance of our team. Heavily going to be getting going on recruiting. And then after that, it's just instilling a winning attitude and a will to win within our program. And I really do think that the Valley can be very successful. It's going to take a lot of work, but we're looking forward to getting that going.
Communication is always a big issue, and I think that's been an issue in the past with, and I don't think that's something that only the Huskers have faced problems with. Communication, and that goes right from the board all the way down to the field. I know this last go-around you've been with Manitoba, and I know your coach there speaks very highly of you. In fact, he said, and I think it's Brian Doby? Yeah, that's right. Brian Doby said you're his favorite player. He's been coaching for 42 years. That's quite a remarkable thing for him to say. And what have you learned from Brian Doby over these last few years with Manitoba?
Well, being with Manitoba, it's a upper echelon team in the CIS. It has been for quite some time. I've been a part of that program as a player for 5 years and as a coach for 5 years. I think I've learned a lot. and how to manage a team from Coach Dobie. He's been at it for a long time. I learned a lot in the recruiting game from him, and how to manage a staff and how to get the most out of your players. I think I've really had a chance to sit down and learn from Coach Dobie. He's one of the best coaches I feel out there. His record speaks for itself, and I'm very honored to be coming from that program, and I'm looking to take the things I learned there and bring them to the Valley.
Well, we're all excited here in Chilliwack to have you. I can assure you of that. And the board's been working hard behind the scenes. And I know you've been doing some recruiting. You do have a Recruit Ready program that you've been running in Winnipeg, I believe. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Recruit Ready is an off-season speed and skill development program. We've been at it for about 6 years. We've put kids into CIS schools across the nation as well as NCAA schools. We really feel like football players need to be playing the game of football all season long, not in pads, but we feel like skill development is something that kids should be doing, not just right before the season, but as soon as the season ends, you should be getting into your skill development. Recruit Ready is recognized across the nation as one of the elite training businesses. And that's our goal, is to get kids to the next level and to improve their skill. And that's something that we worked very hard at there and continue to work hard at, and are really looking forward to bringing that attitude and that process to coaching for the Valley.
Well, as I said earlier, we're all quite excited to have you here, and you've come very highly recommended from Coach Dobie. And so we look forward to this next year with anticipation, see some changes that need to be made, and hopefully going forward we'll place a few lines on the win column this next year. Thanks again for coming out and joining us and joining the club. We appreciate it, and good luck in the future. Rod Hudson signing off for VBN Sports.